Good morning. Hey, my governor is an idiot. What could I say? Let me get this thing off. Ah, that's my governor is an idiot mask. It's a little tight, I guess say. I bought it on Etsy. It's a little bit tight. I gotta figure out another. It makes my ears stick out. I put it on. It drags too close there. So anyway, of course, the big news story here in California is that the whole place is burning down. Overheard in a store a child saying, "Mommy, why does the air smell like fireplace?" I don't know where I got that. Somebody said they overheard that. But it does. You step out the back door, as the back door's right there, and I step out the back door, and even if I got the windows open all night, I step out the back door, and it's like I just walked into a fireplace. It's pretty horrendous here in California. Although yesterday, for a brief period of time, right around sunset, the missed my hair up here. The sky cleared up last night. It cleared up beautifully, and it was really nice. It was a nice sunset. So anyway, we had last night, in the course of about an hour from each other, we had two earthquakes. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, which is the biggest political quake of recent months, probably. That's going to change the complexion of things enormously. And then we had an earthquake here in California, and I was just dozing off. I'm such a California guy that I was just dozing off, and it was like, earthquake, should I get up? Nah. And I went right to sleep. So, that's how long I've been out here in California. So, yeah, Ginsburg is the big story. And I got a thing here. I don't really know. I don't really follow the Supreme Court all that closely, but I do know it's a big deal. But there's a guy that I'm friends with on Facebook named Morgan Kimbrough. I'm not exactly sure I'm pronouncing his name perfectly, but he posted this a little while ago, and I think it's a good thing. Let me see if I can screen share this thing with you here. Hang on just a second. Let's see if I can. Okay, what do we got here? Okay. All right, so I'm going to read this to you. The death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg cannot be trivialized or viewed cynically in terms of its political implications. Her recent passing should be mourned and celebrated for the impact that she made as a Supreme Court justice, regardless of which side of the political aisle you are on. That being said, it is of paramount importance that President Donald J. Trump and Mitch McConnell get to work immediately on appointing a Supreme Court justice and getting them nominated through the Senate. I think he means getting them confirmed through the Senate. The left will use the talking point that it is unfair because Mitch McConnell in 2016, with the passing of Antonin Scalia, would not take Merrick Garland up for a vote in the Senate. Elections have consequences. At the time, the Democrats did not have control of the Senate. Therefore, they did not have the votes necessary to appoint Merrick Garland. Now, that is an important point, because let me see if I can get the next screen up here. That's an important point because if they don't have the votes, and obviously Mitch McConnell could not have held it up unless he was the majority leader, which of course he was. So that means that the Senate, the Democrats didn't have the Senate votes to get Merrick Garland confirmed anyway, against the wishes of Republicans. So let's get the next screen up here. I'm just learning how to do this share screen thing. So the next one, that was that. This is the rest of Morgan's story. As it stands in 2020, Republicans have maintained control of the Senate and therefore have the necessary votes to appoint a Supreme Court justice. Put this in the perspective of political physics in this hypothetical scenario. If Hillary Clinton was president and the Democrats had control of the Senate in an election year, do you think that Chuck Schumer and Hillary Clinton would wait until after the election? Absolutely not. He's very right about that. Republicans in the Senate cannot cave to the left. Yes, I'm talking to you, Mitt Romney and Susan Collins. We have the moral high ground and stand on the right side of history in appointing a new Supreme Court justice that will protect the life of the unborn and our religious liberties and freedoms. These next few weeks are about to be brutal and decisive, but I urge all Republicans to stand strong and resolute in our convictions because the left and Democrats are about to go to war with us. Get it done, Mitch McConnell. Okay, let me see if I can get out of here. So I hopefully that worked. I wanted to thank Morgan Kimbrough. He's a young Republican from San Diego, and kind of on the march and on the move. You know, it's kind of heartening to see these young Republicans showing up and being very filled with energy, and people like Charlie Kirk, you know, and Morgan. So anyway, that's that thing. I really. Did I lose my microphone? I don't think I did. It says here it's not working properly. Hopefully it is. It's going to get really, really ugly here. It's been ugly already, and it's going to get much worse. I really don't know politics well enough in terms of, you know, the machinations that go on with appointments to predict what Mitch McConnell and the president will do in this situation. But one way or the other, I mean, I guess the thing to do would be, if he really wanted to just explode heads, would be to just sit still, do nothing, get past the election, and if he is affirmed as the winner, go ahead and make the appointment, because, you know, what the hell, what's to lose there? And if he isn't the winner, he still can appoint because he's still the president, right? So then he could, you know, he could just explode heads through that whole period of time, which would be kind of fun to watch. After the election, he could just be saying, okay, well, I didn't get reelected, but I'm not out of here until January. So let me just think, who should I appoint? You know, and throw out a new name every few days that would drive Democrats crazy. So, I mean, knowing the president, he might likely do that. So anyway, I don't want to take up a bunch of time here. Anyway, I wanted to show you a few books that I have ordered recently. I just ordered this one. This is an important book, and I've read parts of it, excerpts from it, and I've started reading it a little bit. And this is Charles Murray's great book, Coming Apart. And this is what talks about why we have this division really in this country in terms of income. That we really are coming apart, that the middle class genuinely is disappearing. There's still a lot of middle class, but it's not the expanding group that it once was, where everyone felt like that it was the dominant group. You know, the poor are getting richer, but rich are getting richer and richer and richer, and they're not hanging out together so much anymore. And this book explains why. And there's a lot of talks by him on YouTube about this topic, where he pretty much tells what's in the book, but I wanted to get the rest of the details, so I went and bought the book. Charter Schools and Their Enemies. This is Thomas Sowell's most recent book. Dr. Sowell, who is now 90, and he has said that this is his most important book. And I think that this is the most important issue that we're dealing with in terms of black-white relationships, and also in terms back to this issue, you know, how to get more people properly educated who are coming out of situations where they're not coming from intellectual enrichment, and they're not coming from a lot of money, and we're badly failing them in the schools. And charter schools, in my view, are the answer. Charter schools and parochial schools, but charter schools especially because they're publicly funded. And so if you get charter schools, which the left fights every step of the way, but they hate the charter schools. If you get those schools, which across the board, except in a few instances, they outperform standard public schools. So why does the left fight them? Well, they say because they're afraid that it will ruin public education as we know it. And we know what it really means, because the unions support Democrats, and the unions don't want them. So the next book of the three that I've just bought, that I'm working on, and I'm really reading this one. It reads so fast. This is Hate Crime Hoax by Wilfred Riley. Will Riley is a hoot, and I saw him on one of you guys turned me on to I forget what it was. It was a podcast, kind of one of these Zoom podcasts that are all over YouTube right now, and it was a number of people, a number of Black intellectuals speaking. I can't. I've got it confused in my mind right now, but he was one of the people that was being talked to, and he's from a university in Kentucky that I'm not exactly sure which one it is. He teaches political science there. This would probably tell me. On the overleaf here, Kentucky State. He's at Kentucky State University, teaches political science, and he is really smart. And I want to have him on and just talk about whatever, you know. I mean, it's kind of a shame that Black intellectuals always have to talk about race. It's like, I would like to talk to this guy about all kinds of different things, because he's got this wonderful mind, and he's entertaining. It's almost like you took, Heather McDonald, you know, in terms of having facts and figures at her command, and crossed her with Ann Coulter, but then turned them into an African-American guy. You know, that they're sort of not quite Ann Coulter's caustic humor, but he's a bit of a smartass. He's sarcastic, and he's fun. So I'm going to try to get him on the show. So that's why I'm fast tracking that book to go ahead and read it as quickly as I can to try to get him on here and talk with him. So anyway, I don't know if this is even recording, because I just got a prompt midway through, which you may have seen. I'm not sure, that my microphone was not working properly. So maybe this didn't work. But anyway, I just wanted to wish you guys all well. And I've got a video that I made yesterday. Some of you are going to not be that thrilled with me because I disagree with one of our narratives in this thing. And I call ourselves to task on one issue. But I think you give me a chance on it. Give me a chance on it. Don't just go, oh, screw that. I don't want to hear anything that doesn't agree with what I've already dug in on. There's some important issues that we have to think about right now in terms of how we're proceeding in this highly politicized time. So anyway, that's coming out tomorrow. I hope you'll give it a chance. And if you have to unsubscribe me because I come off as a heretic in some way for not following on that particular issue where I'm supposed to be, then it's been fun having you on the channel, and you wouldn't be happy here long term anyway. So, but most of you guys, go ahead and listen to it. I hope you get something out of it. All right, I'm going to say goodbye to you all, and I hope you have a great weekend. All right, hope everything's good there, and the air does not smell like fireplace. All right, take care of yourself.